Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to 8 Ball Sports. I know it's been quite some time since I uploaded my video, about 2 months, and I do apologize for that. I've been real busy. But as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about the MLB Hall of Fame 2017 results, I guess you could say. And I was pretty content with the results. I didn't think, obviously, the PED players, Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Gary Sheffield, there's always going to be controversy around them. Johnny Bench, even, he didn't necessarily use PEDs, but there's always controversy because of his gambling. So, on whether or not they should be in. So, I think everyone, not counting PEDs, like Vladimir Guerrero and Trevor Hoffman are both going to get in next year, probably. Trevor Hoffman came so close. I'll talk about that in just a second. Edgar Martinez, I think he may get in. I think it's going to be close to see if he gets in. And then everyone else, it'll be interesting to see. So the players that did get in, if you didn't hear, it's Jeff Bagwell, Tim Raines, and Ivan Rodriguez. I thought all three players deserved it. Trevor Hoffman fell. Let me see. He was 5 votes short. He had 327, and you need 332. And Ivan Rodriguez only got 4 more votes than needed. He only got 336. So he just got in, and Hoffman just didn't make it. Vladimir Guerrero was also pretty close. He had 317, so 15 votes would have gotten him in. So very close there. So I'm assuming that Trevor Hoffman and Vladimir Guerrero will both go in next year. I'm sure they would obviously love to get in this year, but I don't think there's really any doubt that both of them deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. The Sammy Sosa only got 8.6% of the votes. Billy Wagner, that was a surprise one. I thought Billy Wagner would have gotten near 50%, but he actually only got 10. I thought, he's up there for top 5 closers to ever play the game with Mariano Rivera, Trevor Hoffman, and you can argue for the rest of those spots. I think those are the top 2. But I think Billy Wagner is definitely a person that you could argue for, and I thought he could be up there. Gary Sheffield got 13%. Obviously, there's a little bit of controversy around there. Fred McGriff only got 21%, and Larry Walker also only got 21%. And that's a little bit surprising. Although I'm not sure if they're both going to make it. I think they both are great players. I mean, the MLB Hall of Fame is probably the hardest Hall of Fame to get into because they take such a little amount of players. So just some quick things. There's a little bit of controversy. Jose Canseco tweeted out, how the F is Jeff Bagwell being inducted to the Hall of Fame and Mark McGwire is not? That is disgusting. Obviously, that just goes back to the PED. MLB's been very strict when it comes to performance-enhancing drugs. Even though, in my opinion, I think they should be in. Because performance-enhancing drugs, you still have to hit the ball, and it's still a hard task. Hitting a 100-mile-per-hour fastball is still hard. Hitting it with good contact where it's going to go up in the air and it's going to go far, that's a hard thing to do. So, yes, maybe it does go farther when you have PEDs, but when Barry Bonds hits more home runs, even if he wasn't using PEDs, he probably would have still hit a great number of home runs. So, I don't know. Some interesting things to just kind of go with each player. Tim Raines. First, I'll go ahead and say his. If Rickey Henderson came out of retirement, he would have to steal 448 consecutive bases to tie Raines' stolen base percentage. We all think of Rickey Henderson, we all think of his speed, how great he was at stealing bases, but Tim Raines was probably the most effective base stealer, or one of the most effective to ever play the game. Now, I obviously wasn't alive when he played. I have seen a little bit of footage from when he played, and I've seen his stats, just look at that. You hear that stat, that is absolutely insane, because, Rickey Henderson, when it comes to stealing bases, he is that top figure in the MLB. But for him to have to steal 448 consecutive just to tie the stolen base percentage of Tim Raines is a pretty hefty feat. And I think Tim Raines, that's a pretty awesome stat. That was tweeted out by Mike Hogan, just for some credit there. So then Jeff Bagwell, we'll go ahead and do an interesting stat on him. Ken Griffey, also in the Hall of Fame, ended his career with a .907 OPS. And Jeff Bagwell has a .948 OPS, almost a .40, or almost .40 higher than Ken Griffey. So that is also a pretty amazing stat. Ken Griffey obviously really well respected in the MLB, him and his son. And that's a pretty big feat to say you have a .40 better OPS than someone that's in the Hall of Fame. So that was a tweet by Jared Diamond. And then another one here, Ivan Rodriguez caught more games and won more Gold Gloves than any other catcher to ever play in the major leagues. And I mean, that right there just basically tells, maybe he wasn't the best hitter. Hitting stats were nothing special with Ivan Rodriguez. They weren't terrible, don't get me wrong, but they were nothing crazy special, but he was the best fielder. So all in all, I thought it was a pretty good Hall of Fame class. There's obviously always going to be controversy with some of the players that use performance-enhancing drugs, and I'm not really sure how you solve that problem, because if you let one guy in, you're going to have to let everybody in, and if you don't let people in, then the fans are going to be mad, and that's just the way it's going to have to be. I like the 3 players that got in. I thought they all deserved it, and I don't really think anyone got snubbed, first to say. I think Hoffman will make it next year, and so will Vladimir Guerrero. And then I think there'll be some interesting people next year. I think Chipper Jones is eligible next year, so that should be interesting. So again, liked it. I liked the 3 people that got in. I thought they all deserved it. And give me your opinion. You thought maybe one of these guys should have made it. Possibly Barry Bonds, Mike Mussina, Kurt Schilling, Roger Clemens. You give me your opinions in the comment section down below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. All sports, not just baseball. And I'll see you guys later.